The housing around here is too expensive. There's too many second-home owners around here, and it's hard for first-time buyers to buy anything.
We're aware of the fact that there are people of all ages in this area who are in need of some kind of housing, and they find it difficult not only to locate it but to get into it.
The strategy doesn't necessarily relate to putting those houses where the need might be.
We notice that the school numbers of children are going down, and therefore each year they're down. This means that until the next year the school hasn't got enough money to employ a teacher.
When I phoned Southampton to say I was in this situation, that we were going to be kicked out if we didn't, they said, well, we'll put you in B&B. And I said, well, where? And they said, well, basically it'll be Kingsbridge, Plymouth or Torquay. Well, that's no good. My kids go to school at Kingsbridge and Stokenham.
I'd like to stay here, but housing is a problem. Renting is also a problem. So many places are too expensive. If you do want to rent somewhere at least, then you have to move in with a few other people, which isn't always the best idea.
I have a 31-year-old son living with me that cannot afford property because they're snapped up as soon as they become vacant in our village.
We do have a lot of young people living with other people's parents, living sort of on people's settees and floors, and people assume that because you can't see young people sleeping rough that there isn't a housing issue or a homelessness issue.
The problem in this area is second homeowners.
I'm probably part of the problem in the fact that a lot of us will be downsizing before long, and we will actually be buying houses that the younger families will also be competing for.
Lack of affordability at the bottom end makes it difficult for people to stay.
The wages, compared to the house prices down here, they just don't tally.
There's nowhere affordable around here.
If we want to keep communities alive, keep schools going, we've got to do something for young people.
I don't think everybody who needs affordable housing has actually put their hand up and said we need it. A lot of people have just gone away and left the area.
We do struggle with young people trying to find them places to live.
I don't think I'll ever be able to buy my own property here, even when I am older.
There are families that fall into the trap, really, those that aren't on benefit but are earning, who are obviously not getting any help at all. And if we lose them, we have a big problem.
My mother's house is for sale at the moment, and it's up for $250,000, and it's a 3-bedroom little house in Kingsbridge. It's, not that special.
We deal with a whole wide age range, not just young people, but we are also aware from different sources that there are quite a lot of young people, we understand, who are not sleeping on the street but are what we call sofa surfing. They're staying with friends for a while until they are in effect told they've got to go, and they find someone else to kip down on their floor.
We have a housing problem. Yes, we do.
The biggest problem we have is with an area that is protected by so much legislation. It's hard to find places to build houses.
Tour homes are addressing it, but they're saying, like, when they're building new places in Kingsbridge, there's part ownership, rent and ownership. Well, that's fine, but not everybody wants to live in Kingsbridge.
You can only provide affordable housing if you can provide affordable land to go with it.
If you actually deplete the younger population, then certain shops will disappear, the school rolls will drop, so you may get fewer schools. You'll have a problem with probably the post office and things like that. And so we really need to keep a balance.
Solcombe have been talking for a long time about building on Bonfire Hill some part ownership or affordable housing, but it's a long time coming, and in the meantime there won't be any young people left to buy the properties.
Everyone's moving away from the area. There's no jobs really around here in the winter because there's no affordable housing, so it's all holiday homes.
We need more affordable housing, not just for young people, not just for families, but for all walks of life.
We need places that we can afford to actually live in.
Somebody suggested that maybe the sort of mobile home concept, it would dread to use the word caravan. There's all sorts of problems with planning permission, but that's just one idea. Some people don't like it at all. But why not investigate it further?
What we need is low-cost housing in rural areas.
Housing grants need to reflect the complications and complexity of housing sites down here.
Houses go well in excess of £1,000 a week for rentals, and people can't even pay Full council tax.
Everyone, all the youngsters are moving away. I've got so many friends moving away. There's more considering to move away just because nobody can afford to live around here. So they really do need to get more affordable housing, lower council tax and everything just to help us stay here.